Hey guys, welcome back to the last section of this process mining training. Um, in this section, we will quickly summarize what we have learned, and we'll wrap it up with methodology you can apply in real time, and we'll quickly look into who are the biggest customers of this process mining analysis, and finally what are the kind of jobs that are available in the market for this process mining expertise. Yeah, to start with, to summarize, so in this training you should have learned everything that is around process mining, from theory to practical lessons. To start with, you would have understood what is uh, process improvement, how it has evolved, and how process mining becomes the platform for improving processes in a more intelligent way. You would have learned all those theory in the initial sections. So then we went ahead, and moved on to a standard methodology that can be applied to various process mining project. And irrespective of any tools you use, either it is Celonis or UiPath process mining or Signavio or Minute, etc. Yeah. So then we looked at the building blocks of any process mining tool, which is the back end and the front end. The back end all about data engineering, where you learned about data connections. Then you learned about data transformation. Within transformation, you'd have learned about data cleansing, data normalization, cube creation, data model build. And in the front end, you have learned about how to create analysis, views, etc. And finally, from the created analysis, how you can derive insights, and how you can utilize the insights to take actions, and also some of the uh, intelligence automation, that you can apply from the intelligence you get from a process mining tool, how that becomes a continuous monitoring and improvement tool. You have learned all of those with some examples. I hope this would have given you some good idea about how process mining works in the real world. And finally, I would just want to talk about three things. One is, I want to talk about a little bit detailed methodology that you can apply for a real life process mining project. And number two is, I want to talk about how process mining is used by various companies. Yeah, and what are the different use cases. I'll directly go into a Celonis website and show you their customers and what are the use cases they're using it for. And finally, what kind of jobs are available in this process mining market. Okay. To start with, let's look into the implementation methodology. So the implementation methodology in real time, it's of now step number one is, generally we start with the proof of value. Yeah, we don't go implement directly. What we do is we start with a small POC or a POV, however you want to call it. Okay, we take a small process and we take one or two use cases there, and we take last 1 or 2 years data and utilize that data to build a small proof of value to showcase the benefit of Celonis, to the customers. Once they approve it, then what we do is, the first thing is, we will scope it out and understand, what kind of systems we're going to integrate with. And once we integrate it, we have to test it out, so that the data is moving. So then the third step is, so from the integration that has been done in the data on the back end, we build all the data engineering stuff. Okay, and we build the analysis in the front end and do the testing. Then we move into how much value we can realize from the analysis that has been done. We frame the value that particular analysis can provide to the customer, and then we realize it using remediation, using automations or change process management, etc. And finally, that goes on a continuous loop. So again, we build additional use cases, we frame value, and we realize value. And just to break it down a little bit in detail, so in proof of value, the first thing is, we construct a business case, which is more like a hypothesis we're going to test for a process and a couple of use cases. So then what we do is test one or two use cases and deliver proof of value. We take that particular use case, build that with a small amount of data and show the value to the client. Once that is done, okay, we would see the systems that are in scope, okay, for the actual implementation to be done. We try and integrate that with that system, and we test it out. We do a integration testing, system integration testing, and we validate all the base data that is coming, okay, from the source system, okay, into Celonis, because that is the key. If there is an issue there, then everything you build after that, it's going to be an issue. Yeah. So we make sure it is 100% accurate, 100% reconciled. We do a thorough testing of that. Yeah. Then we move on to building the actual process mining analysis for the implementation. Let's say if it is procurement process, we list down the list of use cases and the different KPIs for the use cases, and we do multiple workshops, okay, with the business to understand the logic. Once we understand all of that, we go ahead and build the process mining analysis. Then we do validation of that analysis with the business with multiple workshop to make sure whatever the analysis has been built, okay, is in line with the logic, and the data that is coming as an output is 100% accurate. Then we do a user acceptance testing to make sure the numbers are correct. At the same time, okay, it the best user experience for the user, the design too. We do that, and then we go into the value framing. So we would identify the inefficiencies, we would refresh the business case, and based on the POV we conducted, okay, we refresh that business case to look at the value impact. Okay, so to showcase it to the business, okay, this is the amount of value that can be realized, okay, from the intelligence we have got if we remediate. So once that has been agreed, the framing has been agreed from the business, okay, we go into the prioritization, okay, because if there are like multiple use case, so there are some use cases the solutioning might take, okay, long term. So we look for the low hanging fruit and try and, like, remediate them first, so that the business realize value sooner. That's what the prioritization is about. We do a quick matrix on that to prioritize, okay, what is the best use case to remediate. It depends on time and value, and based on that we select that and we build the remediation. So we basically identify root cause of the inefficiencies and we build the remediation solution and testing. So mostly it is on the intelligence automation side, where we build within Celonis. Sometimes, okay, we build, okay, additional technology integrated, okay, with Celonis action flow, so that, okay, we deliver the solutioning that would remediate the problem for the client. Once all of them is done, we go live and monitor the improvements. Yeah. So before and after of the process and the KPI, how well, okay, it has improved. Based on that, okay, we report it, okay, to the business. So once this process went well, okay, and people are seeing a good amount of improvement in the process and the return of investment, we would get into the continuous monitoring stage. Uh, we would get into the continuous monitoring stage. So once the business has understood that this is providing return of investment, we go ahead with additional use cases. We get the base data for that, okay, and we go through this whole loop of building the analysis, value framing, prioritizing the use case, and remediation. And it goes like on a loop. Sometimes the solutioning that has been built, okay, it would automatically remediate issues that it finds, so that it is future proof. And that's how we actually build the overall implementation methodology, okay, for any uh, big scale, okay, process mining implementation. So this can take uh, the proof of value is around anywhere between 3 to 4 months, and then the overall implementation, depending on the client, okay, and the governance, okay, it might take anywhere between 6 months to 1 year. And the first value framing is done, okay, within the first year, okay, and the remediation, depending on the complexity of the remediation, it might take 3 months to 6 months, depending on the number of use cases. And within a year to year and a half, okay, the company would start realizing the value. So some pre-built app, if they're ready, okay, we can go ahead and directly deploy it, and the value realization becomes faster. Probably, if the client is convinced, we go ahead and deploy a pre-built solution then within 3 to 6 months, okay, they can start seeing real value realization. So that's how we do it. Yeah. And now let's move on, okay, to the different customers, okay, who are using this. Okay, let me go into the Celonis website. If you go to celonis.com, if you go to customers, you can go to customer stories. So this shows you the list of clients you're already using. Yeah. You can see Pepsi, Vodafone, G Healthcare, Johnson, Dell, but you have a big list here. And this also provides you how much impact it has provided to this company. You can see G Healthcare, okay, it has improved the free cash flow by 1.3 billion, which is a lot of money. Yeah. And likewise, you can see all the customer stories across regions, industry, and what are the type of use cases. You can go here and browse it out. Yeah. So there's quite a lot here. Yeah. It is across different processes and different use cases, and also different industry. Yeah. Now, finally, into the job market. So if I go just click process mining jobs, so you can see, management consultant, intelligent process performance process mining by Capgemini. Yeah. So this is more of a person who would completely manage the end-to-end implementation. Okay. So who should have good knowledge about everything. Okay. From the back end to the front end, the value engineering, value realization, remediation, so that he can manage the overall project, okay, with the help of data engineers, with the help of process analyst, with the help of value engineers. So the way I see it is management consultant is more like a process architect who completely owns the uh, implementation solution for a client. And within that, okay, you can have data engineers. Okay, data engineer is another role where they are completely immersed on the backend side of Celonis. And the process analyst are on more on the front end side, where they build all the analysis and also the automation side of things. Okay, it can be a process analyst for an automation engineer, who it can be an integrated kind of position, who can build that. And finally a value engineers who will propose what is the value out of it we can save. And that value can be realized by building a solution, okay, by an automation engineer and the overall management consultant, okay, who's be responsible to deliver the value to the client. And these are the kind of roles, and there's quite a lot here. So even if you go to LinkedIn and see, okay, you can see a lot of roles. uh, there are different tools like SAP Signavio, Celonis, and then you can look at UiPath. So it's really booming and it is growing. Yeah, so you can find a lot of roles that are available, okay, in this process mining market. So, and it also provides a decent salary, okay. But for a management consultant or a managing consultant, okay, you should be really experienced. You should have worked in different processes. You should understand the system. You know how to manage client and stakeholders. Uh, so it is a very good role if you're an experienced person who has worked in the industry for 14 to 15 years. You can play that role. So I currently manage multiple management consultant, okay, because I don't manage only one client, okay, so multiple clients I manage. And I manage this management consultant to deliver these work across different clients properly and just realizing value for them. uh, I go into the details when there are issues and problems. I go and help them out. And generally my role is to grow this particular streamline, okay, within the company I work. Yeah, so I think that's it for this training. I hope this training would have given you some kind of value. uh, any thing you want to say as a feedback, please feel free to give it out, okay, in the comment, okay. And if you want me to add anything, because this is editable, the training, okay, I can go and add anything if you need anything, okay. And based on your feedback, okay, I will try and add more lectures to it so that it helps you. Thanks a lot for taking the time to take this training. I wish you all the best, okay, in your career.